Many young girls feel powerful and full of life when they are children, but as they get older, they sometimes lose this powerful trait they once had. In the film, Feminist, What Were They Thinking?, Jane Fonda explained that one of the images of herself when she was a child was that she would climb oak trees and see herself leading an army like Joan of Arc, or she was the Lone Ranger who was always the hero of the story. I can relate to this image of myself when I was younger. I was always the hero in the story, active and masculine. She then explains that little girls lose this feisty trait that is naturally born to them when they hit puberty. I, too, believe that this happened to me when I hit the teen years. My question is, why did I, Fonda, and many young girls lose this powerful trait? To help support my claim, I asked one of the most influential and strong women in my life why she thought that young girls lose this feistiness as they get older.
Yes, I do think that society, you might say, trains or enculturates a less feisty or assertive, aggressive sort of personality in little girls. And as a mother, even though I tried, I think, not to do that, I was so enculturated into this idea of a girl being polite and ladylike that I may have had those expectations on my daughters without intentionally wanting to stifle any kind of assertiveness they may have had, because it was important to me, maybe for the wrong reasons, that they be viewed as polite, and that is not to say that assertiveness is necessarily not polite, but polite and good listeners and encouraging and nurturing of others, and those are all good things, but they may make a young girl less likely to be assertive for their own wants and needs and goals in their lives, and maybe make them take a back seat to the men that might interfere with their goals.
Now, my mom brings up many good points. Even though I was raised to be powerful and always to be respected by men, I was also expected to be polite, a good listener, and to be ladylike. Not to say that these traits are bad, but they may have been one of the contributions to many young girls feeling like they aren't as powerful as men. Jane Fonda also in the video explains that little girls are always told to be good girls. Well, that implies that girls aren't already good. As girls get older, they learn how society perceives them, thus silencing their powerful traits. Marilyn Frey, who is the author of Oppression, gave many points on how society believes women should be. Women are labeled as the caring, sensitive, loving, and dramatic side of the human race. But if we do not hold these certain characteristics that are branded onto us, we are different and not the ideal woman that men need in their lives. A quote from Frey: "If we are found insensitive, we may fear we have no redeeming traits at all and perhaps are not real women. Thus, we are silenced before we begin. The name of our situation drained of meaning and our guilt mechanisms tripped." In our society, women are expected to be this image of a perfect woman that is quiet, polite, and easy to deal with. And young girls grow up seeing this with the women around them or what they are told, and I do believe that is what kills that feisty trait in them. A quote from Gay, the author of Bad Feminist: "The idea that there is a right way to be a woman, a right way to be the most essential woman, is ongoing and pervasive. You see this tension in socially dictated beauty standards. The right way to be a woman is to be thin, to wear makeup, to wear the right kind of, and so on. Good women are charming, polite, and unobtrusive. Good women work but are content to earn 77% of what men earn, or, depending on whom you ask, good women bear children and stay home to raise those children without complaint. Good women are modest, chaste, pious, submissive. Women who don't adhere to these standards are the fallen, the undesirable. They are bad women. Monique Whitting discusses an article that explains how society perceives women in One Is Not Born a Woman. The article reads, "Women are less evolved than men, but they did believe that male and female natures had diverged in the course of evolutionary development and that society at large reflected this polarization. They spoke of women not being less developed than men, and then named women as unique, which is just a nicer way of saying less advanced." To conclude, little girls lose this feisty trait when they're older because of how society perceives women. Now the question is, how do we change this? In order for this to change, society would have to change its image on women as a whole. Women are just as strong, if not stronger than men, and little girls need to be reminded of this every day.